Developers had to make text big enough to read on a CRT TV in the likely case that the user was playing their game on one. Advanced Warfare is the perfect example of these considerations in action.
Advanced Warfare.
Afterwards, we're shifted to a select screen. There are a bunch of other games on this list, probably some insignificant titles that have no importance to the history of gaming that are not worth noting, and at the tail end, Team Fortress 2. Okay, we're in. Let's hop straight into a match. Oh yeah, there's no internet during the apocalypse. Well, that's no problem. We can start a local match offline and get things started with bots.
Mission begins in 60 seconds. 3,
Alrighty,
2,
here we go. What? Huh, where is everyone? Looks like I forgot to set up the bots. Maybe I have to go into some sort of deep menu to set them up. Huh? None. Well, that stinks. You can still fiddle around and get a feel of how each character plays, but not in relation to other players. There are no bots of any sort, it's just you and empty maps. Beyond this dead end, is there anything noteworthy with this game, or is this all that there is to see? Well, there most certainly is, depending on who you ask. This version of Team Fortress 2 is a vanilla version of the game. If you want to play online, you'd have to update the game, but straight out of the disc, which is how we're playing this game throughout the apocalypse, it's the game as it was when it first released. However, even when updated, compared to its PC counterpart, the changes are so negligible that it may as well be vanilla. The version of Team Fortress 2 on the 7th generation of consoles got very little support. On the 360, it got almost 2 years of support, which may seem like a huge window for there to have been many substantial updates, but considering that many of the mechanics that were introduced, which are now considered essential elements to the core gameplay, weren't introduced until after this point in time, I guess 2 years wasn't a lot for this game in the long run. The game received only 4 patches, which amounted to a couple of bug fixes and some added modifiers for server hosting. It's a pretty sad legacy for Team Fortress 2 on Xbox 360, but it's better than the PS3's measly 1 patch, which was to fix issues with how the game couldn't handle the player having more than a certain amount of friends on their PSN account, amongst other minor things. By comparison, on PC, Team Fortress 2 has received more than 700 patches, so yeah, womp womp. So because this is a launch version of the game, we can see how far Team Fortress 2 has come. And it's come a long way. There are only 6 maps on offer, with the basics for game modifiers. That being time limit, player limit, score limit, and team balance. The game type is tied to the map, so no mixing and matching between them. This leaves a less for variety than there could be. Most characters, obviously barring subtle balancing changes, aren't very different from the original release. The only character that has any substantial differences is the engineer. Unlike on PC, where each of his 4 constructions, minus the mini-sentry, have 2 upgrade stages